The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-woo!
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico?
I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy. Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Yes. It's your boy UAG. We're back with another one. We made it through halfway through the week, back from the holiday weekend. So I know those first couple of days is a doozy trying to get back in the groove of things. And so I want to thank you guys for stopping by. And the show is brought to you by our people over there at Manscaped, giving us the pleasure to make sure our lady are happy with some smooth, silky balls. So make sure that you use the code WRP, get 20% off on your next order, and it always includes free shipping. But I'm glad that I've made it through this part of the week, and we're only a week away from 7 Fried Gaming. And I'll be seeing my brother from another mother over there. In fact, he's just joined the cast. Let's bring my man on, Mr. MGK.
Yo, what's going on?
You just jumped in the seat. My bad.
Yo, yeah, I'm trying to get my seat up, man. It's low. It's like low. I let it down earlier, yo.
My bad.
Yeah, you good. I'm trying to get it up. What's happening, bro?
Man, it's been a last couple of days. I'm trying to hang in there, brother. Trying to hang in there. I like that shirt. What is that? Legacy of what?
Legacy Leadership Academy. This is my program, my nonprofit.
Okay. We got Bill in the chat.
What up,
guys? Welcome back from your holidays and your week. Man, so So I don't even know. Since you was rushing in there, you may not have yourself a beverage. Do you have yourself a beverage?
My beverage is on the way, sir.
Okay. So I'm feeling a little, pinkies up. I got me a little mimosa.
Oh, there you go. He doing it.
Got a little mimosa going on. It's in the middle of the week, so
all right. What's up?
Wasn't trying to get anything too
heavy.
Too heavy.
What's up, LCU Rich? What's going on? What's up, Billy? What's happening?
The way the weeks go, it might be a stronger drink by the end of the night. Definitely.
For sure.
Man. So you know how we started off. You got a drink coming.
Yeah, I got a drink coming. So it's coming. It's coming.
Let's start off with the what the fuck moments, and I had a few of them this week. None of them from Atlanta, unfortunately. So
thank you, God.
That kind of got me pissed off.
Thank you, God.
I kind of like filter my life to say if I can find something in Atlanta, I'm definitely showing it. But there's nothing. But I'm sure when I go, my camera's gonna be on and ready because I'm gonna make sure I bring some stuff back. But I do got this one what the fuck moment. You're a father, right?
Yes, sir.
So I think this could hit home for you. This young lady puts up a post of her significant other and her having a baby on the way.
Okay.
And again, we're both fathers of sons. So I want to know how you would feel about this. Young lady posts, my boyfriend's 16 and I'm 26. We love it here. Age doesn't matter. The heart loves what it wants. She's pregnant. I think she said she's pregnant, if I'm not mistaken on this app. Even if she isn't, let's say she's not. But I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel like she just destroyed that young man's life.
Yeah? Why so?
Because, let's keep it 100, man. At 26 years old, you can make those decisions. You know what I'm saying? You getting ever closer to 30. At 16, dude, you can't even drive by yourself right now, especially in the state of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So, how do you feel like he gonna make a father? He gonna be something for you. He can't even get a job. He ain't got no education. He can't do nothing.
Let's make. I said that. I'm not 100% sure. Let's say he's not pregnant. They're just in a relationship.
Same difference. My thing is that at 16, it's cool. Look, let me be honest. We always talk about these stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I was 18 or 19 years old at one point, and I never forget. It was this chick, man. This chick named Tina. I'm just going to put her name out there, bro, because ain't nobody gonna know who she is, right? But this chick named Tina, man. And I remember I was going out to the club with some homeboys, and we stopped by this chick house, right? And I saw this chick, man, a bad young thing, man. She was banging, look petite, but I was like, oh my God, right? Mm-hmm. So it was a bunch of kids, it was like 3 or 4 kids running around the house. And I remember telling, it's like all of them at the time, it was like the early 90s, man. We running around like 40s and shit, you know what I'm saying? Dudes in the back puffing on the trees. And it was wild, right? We get ready to go to the club. And I remember telling Shawty, I was like, yo, like your parents go kill you, Shawty. Like she looked young. I was like, your parents go kill you. They ride up in here and see this, right? You know what I'm saying? Your crib is wild right now. It's just like 20, 30 people getting ready to mount up for the club, right? Just wilding, just like a party already. And she laughed at me, bro. And she was like, what? This is my crib. I was like, what? She's like, oh yeah, them my kids.
Those are kids.
Yeah, so I thought she was like 18, 19 years old. Like she looked young, but Shawty was like 28. Bad thing is, though, you know me, I was like, yo, I'm bagging this. And I went after her, bro, and I got her. And it took a while for her to realize, I think, that she worked with a chick that my dad was dating. And I guess that they mentioned each other. Me and my dad got the same name, and they was talking about each other's dudes. And she was like, "Oh, I date Mike, I date Mike, blah blah blah." And they trying to figure out who each other was, and she finally realizing. I think she told her like, "Yo, like that's the son. Like he just just get ready to go to college and like do it. Chick, you
that's a baby. That's a baby."
and she was like, yo, like after about like six, like she was picking me up and everything. After like 6 months, she was like, yo, this ain't gonna work. And it wasn't because of nothing between us. She just like she knew it wasn't gonna be nothing. Like I wasn't gonna be no.
At least she respect that. Some people would just drag you into that. You get her pregnant, and now you locked in there forever.
I'd have been in there without.
You ain't even have no kid.
I'd have been there with all the rest of them baby daddies.
Oh man, sometimes that snatch will snatch your ass.
But I say that to say that the young lady needs to be the mature person in this relationship and be like,
because he don't know what he just happy he getting it.
He don't know nothing.
That's where it kills me with these teachers that be sleeping with the students, bro.
Ooh, I got another one. 2 minute stories, bro. Senior year was a wild. Senior year was wild.
All right, I got another one for you, bro. This one is kind of funny. It's wild. You wouldn't believe that what happened here. It's kind of going viral now. They censored out the victim, so you won't hear what she says. But yeah, I'm gonna play this. Let me know what you think about this. This is a short video.
Look, he fucking nutted on my fucking leg. You go to hell, bitch. Oh my god.
What?
He nutted on my leg. Look, he fucking nutted on my fucking leg. You go to hell, bitch. Oh my god.
Yo, so that's a Dollar Tree, and the nigga, he came in the Dollar Tree and jerked off, and like, I guess she was online and she didn't realize what was going on. He butts on her leg, and then I guess she realized that he ran off. He ran off. Yo! First of all, that's a bold ass nigga. And then secondly, like, I want to know, is he a Minuteman? How did he pull that off with nobody noticing him in the store?
Dude, that dude is sick, man. That's sick, bro. I'm not even getting into that one. That was sick, bro. That's sick.
No.
Sick, bro.
You gotta tell me if you was a you know, that you was a parent, you saw that happen, what would you do?
Man, he got capped in the store, bro, messing with me, bro. If I'd had a daughter, that's man, me and my wife talked about this several times, man. It's the reason why I ain't got no daughter, bro. You know me. Like, you know, I know y'all thinking this is smooth, man. This is smooth criminal shit over here, man. Like, you know, like, hey, Mike Ski Mask's cool, man. MGK, he a good fun. Hey, I love the community. I give back to the community like a mug, man. But like, for real, bro, like, God, he didn't let me get no daughters for a reason, bro. Like, if that would have been me, bro, I'd have been in prison, bro. That dude would have been stinking, bro. Straight up.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see that. So I got another video for you. This one's a little longer, but I wanted to know what you would think. Hey, what we got? Hello, how you doing?
So,
what we got? Is that like a citrus?
So like, you know how you have the Spanish, the Mandarin,
yeah.
The
but it's a hard version of it.
Yes, a hard. Yeah, they got a hard version of it, like the soda.
Dude, there's some. They got monsters. They got freaking spike.
Hold on. You want to say hey? Since you sitting right there, are you want? Oh,
she want to taste it. She said, "Man, I ain't here for that. I'm gonna taste that shit." Is it good? Well, did she tell us a thumbs up or thumbs down? She don't gotta go on the screen.
Thumbs up or thumbs down.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's busting.
Okay, all right. We're gonna have to put that in the queue for future purchase.
And it's a tall boy too. So
okay.
All
right. Because everybody getting in on this. I saw Spike Hard Dunkin' Donuts, Spike Monsters, everything is fucking Spike now, bro.
I'm gonna say this though. Only thing is though, if you know how sweet the regular part of the Hornitas is, like you know how sweet the soda is,
yeah,
it's that sweet. So it's a little off because it's got an alcohol content and it's sweet. Like it's not sweet like a margarita. It's sweet like sugar.
Yeah.
So
okay. right.
It may be a go. It may not be.
It may be acquired taste for some. Okay. All right. Speaking of drinks, this young lady had a drink, and let's see what happens when you get out of the barbecue. For this, or maybe I don't think she got out of it. She was probably pre-gaming and going to her next barbecue. That's
pre-gaming.
why.
Oh Lord,
that pre-game gets you in trouble sometimes.
Oh,
pre-gaming will get you in trouble.
I got you. Let's see what's happening. Oh Lord,
look what happens.
What are you tweaking about?
I have an 82-year-old man in the car, and you guys are all fucking spinning and disturbing. Just because it's 4th of July doesn't mean you get a fucking dick.
You're drunk as fuck.
Nigga. Fuck you, dog.
You're the one swerving. I was just following you.
I'm the one swerving?
Oh,
I'm the one fucking swerving?
her car is moving, right?
Yeah,
oh my
because
God.
she's drunk. She's drunk,
Boom.
and she.
Oh Lord!
And she didn't put the bitch in park.
all right.
That's instant karma for your ass. Instant karma for your ass. She's like, fuck, I done fucked up. I hope that's a fucking a checkpoint right there. That's why the cones are up. I hope it is.
Like dude in the truck didn't even stop. He just got hit. Like, how dirty is this neighborhood, bro?
No, he probably turned it to the side, and they're probably pulling off on the side to get insurance information.
Shit, that dude drove off like he was gone, bro. Because if you'd have hit me, bro, I'm not going around the corner. I'm coming back to you, bro. Like, I'm getting.
Well, you got to remember, they closed up the whole lane. It's coned up,
bro.
So
understand this. I mean, hey, bro, I'm getting your tag number. click before we pull off, bro. I'm not playing them games, yo.
No, I get it. I mean, probably do the same thing. Dude, this one here. I'm not okay. I'm not gonna say that this is cultural thing, but I want you to tell me your assessment of this.
Okay.
Because this shit threw me for a fucking loop. So be ready for this one.
I don't wipe my ass, so I do get yeast infections more often than most people. I stopped wiping my ass back in 2020 when COVID happened and everywhere was out of toilet paper. And so I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna not wipe, I guess. And I realized that it really didn't make much of a difference. I've always struggled with body odor, and no matter what I do, I always just smell. I guess my pheromones are really strong. So the smell doesn't bother me. As far as getting yeast infections, I really don't mind those either because I've learned that I can experiment with them. I've made cinnamon rolls, I've made bread, and over the course of 4 years, I've probably saved $2 not buying yeast from the grocery store. Plus, I've saved money by not buying toilet paper because I'm allergic to a lot of things, and the only brand of toilet paper I could use without giving me a rash was Charmin, and Charmin is insanely expensive. So when I cut out that expense, I realized I might actually be able to save up for a down payment on a house now. And I don't even have to give up my avocado toast or iced lattes.
Yeah. Okay. So what you gotta say? It's like it looks like you're speechless because let me tell you something. I was speechless when I saw that shit. I said, "What the?" I said, "Nah, she didn't," because it started off with she just saying, blurted it out. I don't want my ass.
let me tell you how this is a hit grab right here, man. This is a hit grab because if she didn't wipe her ass, I get it. But you know, remember we had about 2 years ago, everybody was going crazy about the bidets,
and you know why? We ain't had no toilet paper.
Exactly. Remember, everybody was getting the bidets. Remember, everybody was testing out different models. We was even talking about it here on the channels. Like, yo, get this model, try this model, hit Amazon, blah, blah, blah. So you can tell me you don't use toilet paper. That's cool. You know, you can tell me that, but you're not going to tell me you ain't going to wipe your butt at all.
She said, and the smell don't bother me because I already smell.
She's like, I stink, and I'm scraping the yeast off my cat.
That was too far,
yo.
That's too far because you're not telling me. Oh, hey, I'm an experimenter, bitch. If you went to a potluck, I'm killing you. I'm gonna fucking stab you. If you fucking tell me that you made these cinnamon rolls with your yeast.
She ain't, bro. No. I'm not dealing with that, bro. No, that's nasty. That's a hit grab, bro.
Is it as nasty as this though?
Oh my God, what you got?
¡Mamá! ¡El perro se culió a la gallina!
The fucking rooster is stuck in the dog's asshole. I don't know what happened.
¡Mamá! ¡El perro se culió a la gallina!
What was happening there, bro?
How did that even happen?
I don't know.
What part of the rooster stuck in the dog?
I don't know.
Because I'm like, even if it's a rooster's, it shouldn't be big enough to mess with a dog.
I don't know anymore, bro.
He must be a game cock.
This is funny. This is funny because this is happening right now in the state of California. In the state of California, they have self-driving vehicles.
Yeah.
Like, companies have taxis.
I just saw one the other day here.
No, but I mean, like, they're using this commercially, like for taxis and shit like that.
Okay.
They allowed them a couple of companies to do it to kind of like test it out for the whole, country. And so TMZ gets a hold of a police video, body cam. And so I want you to see this because this is interesting.
Yeah, it stopped. It's a 92 Adam Sam or a 92 Adam 2 Sam Paul, and there's no driver. Hi.
Connected to rider support. This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
Yeah, this is Officer Hines, Phoenix PD. So, your car here drove into oncoming lanes of traffic.
Okay. I will go ahead and take a look at that right now.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of a construction area. And it went into opposing lanes of traffic, which is real bad.
So far? Yeah. I couldn't help but come over, just out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
I thought maybe there's a passenger or something.
No, like, the construction here?
Yeah.
It was eastbound in the westbound lanes.
Oh!
Which is real bad. Yeah. And then, so I light it up, and then it takes off through the intersection.
Same thing, and what are you supposed to do?
I appreciate your time. I'm just pulling up all the information.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if you're able to kind of like review the video or something.
At the inside the recording, like from the car, why does the dude sound like RoboCop?
he's probably
no. Listen to it. Listen, the dude that dials in from the company sounds like RoboCop. Play it again. You can hear it. You remember how Robo's like thank you for your cooperation. He sounds like RoboCop.
I light it up and then it takes off through the intersection.
Listen to it.
What are you supposed to do?
I appreciate your time. I'm just pulling up all the information.
Yeah. I think it's coming in computer rated, but yeah.
Dude, it sounds like RoboCop, man. This crazy, man.
Okay.
Dude,
great.
I tell people this all the time, bro. If there is nothing that they're gonna show you, no matter how long it takes, it's not gonna be true at some point in time, bro. Like now, like I was watching, they were showing, like you saw, who was it that was in Dubai the other day? And they were talking about, was it Khaled or somebody, or Rick Ross, somebody was talking about how you couldn't go to the store. You had to swipe your card, or they have a chip that's actually in your hands in Dubai already. And you can use your handprint plus the chip to go into the store, but there's no cash.
That's here. Some of the Amazon stores have that already, where you just walk in. Yeah, you scan your phone or something like that when you go in, and that's it. Like it you don't have to go to a register or nothing. You walk out with what you have. They're gonna get your money. They're gonna get their money.
Dude, we don't need, the Amazon store me and you went to?
Mm-hmm.
It's gone, bro.
Yeah, because they're not trying to pay nobody. They're gonna have those stores. Watch, you're gonna have that store in your area soon. There's this one is kind of funny. in California, you know how we have Amber Alerts?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in California, they said, you know what? We want to take another level. If a black kid gets kidnapped, we're going to have an Ebony Alert.
Oh, my God.
What the fuck is that? Just look. Ebony Alert has been issued for a 12-year-old girl who has not been seen Wednesday afternoon. So, of course, the comments got crazy.
I know why they did that. I know why they did it.
Why?
Okay, so we got 37 people watching, and you may not agree with me. You got to understand this is not a feeling thing. This is a numbers thing, right? So it has been a very large statistical research given that the amount of attention spent on children of color does not equal to the same, even with Amber Alerts, as children of non-color. So I think they came out with that specifically just to go after the children of color, because they felt like a lot of kids were coming up missing and all this other stuff, and the government, the police and those entities were not taking it as serious. They were treating the kids as runaways when they found out a lot of these kids are being snatched up. So here in Atlanta, a couple weeks back, let me tell you a crazy story, and this is how I know this is true. So somebody was riding down Highway 20, which cuts across from Alabama, across the state, right? So you got two major intersections. You got 85, 75 north and south, and you got Highway 20, which crosses across Georgia. Somebody was riding behind a truck, like a U-Haul.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find it. And they was like, yo, so they said they saw like a hand or something come up under the truck. And they immediately call the state patrol, call the police, call 911 or whatever, and they stayed behind the truck till they went behind it.
I saw that one.
The truck was full of kids. They was stealing kids, yo. Like real stuff, man.
I saw that one. He said that because he saw the rope and the hands underneath out. I saw that. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, that was real, bro. If y'all don't believe me, man, that's a real story.
This state and your state is the highest for trafficking. Like they be kidnapping kids in this area.
Georgia is crazy for trafficking because it's that hub state, right? You got easy, quick ways to get.
And then
out
you
of
could
the
go all the way
country.
from north, all the way New York to all the way to Florida on one highway from here.
On one highway, and it's crazy. And then you can go cut straight across, go all the way to Cali or whatever. You can go to Canada, you can go to Mexico, you go wherever you want to go. And I know you can say that's true for every state, but then we have waterways, we have roadways. We're just a hub, and they found where they had companies. They said they found companies that had private jets, bro, and they be moving kids and stuff out on private jets. Like they're taking them to the airport and they're moving these kids out, bro. They shipping these kids all around the world, bro. They selling kids.
Yeah, it's sick. Well, on a lighter note, we're gonna talk about some gaming stuff, and I do have two awesome posts that I saw related to gaming. So the first one is this.
Hold on, MVC Fighting Collection finally came out?
Not yet.
Oh, I'm about to say what?
So I got two posts that are really big about gaming.
Okay.
And I want you to see this one. This is cosplay next level.
Raiden wins.
My man did the move. He's over here doing the stand and everything. This is not video. This is actual wire he got on.
That's dope.
Like that.
That's dope.
That's next level, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. That's
next level. If I was in a con, I would be like, yo, let me get a picture. Let me get a picture, bro.
Yo, so I got a question. Have you, when we talk about Southern Fried Gaming, have you ever came to the they have a costume contest every year too?
I've never seen it. So this year I gotta see it.
It's actually super dope. Me and Dan, big shouts out to Dan, Endless One Up. You guys, hey man, you guys pray for him and reaching out to him, man. See if we can get him to do some stuff, man, or whatever, man. Reach back out. He had to take a hiatus, man, for the family and whatnot. But hey, man, we saw it last year and it was dope, man. I think I got some of it in my video. If you guys watch my video,
I got this year. We gotta make sure I pay attention to that shit, bro.
Yeah, they got so much stuff, bro.
So much stuff is happening that it's hard to catch everything. But this year, I'm gonna make it my own because I don't record as much, but I'm gonna try to get a lot more action in there.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm a sneakerhead. You are one too.
Are these some phone posits?
These are phone pods that are coming out themed for freaking Tekken 8.
Wow. So what's the theme? I don't get it. I'm trying to.
It's a character. Kazuka. Anyway, in his bio, he says that he's a sneakerhead.
Mishima.
He says he's a sneakerhead in the bio of the original game. So they kind of have that. That's the character right there. You get to see. Right
That's
there.
dope.
This one right here. And yeah, these are coming out. These are not prototypes. These are coming out officially. They're gonna be limited edition. So you know your boy's gonna be on that shit.
You know, I think it's dope. I hate phone posits, but I think it's a great thing.
Phone posits are my favorite.
Phone posits are that as ugly.
Nah, man, you ain't got.
I'm old school, man. I'm old school, bro. I'm sorry.
Don't be disrespectful to the phones.
I know what brought the phone posits out. So I mean, I know, like, if you look at the old school 1994, 95 Jason Kids, they was the precursor to the phone posits when they first came out. And like, what was the first year they had phone posits? Like the early 90s, late 90s.
I think it was 96.
Yeah, so like they had the Jason Kids first with the first carbon fiber before the Jordans had carbon fiber, had all that stuff, and it was like an element of all of them. So I know my shoes, man. I rocked them. I used to have a little money after I did my little dirt. Hey, I'm gonna tell you about me. Let me tell you about your boy. I used to have the white Nissan Pearl White sitting on them chrome and gold things, right, in school, right? I would leave out at lunch with my bankroll, go out at lunch and go to Champ Sports or go to wherever, right? Pick me up a whole new fit with the whole new shoes, right? Change it all up, come back at lunch with a whole new look. They be like, yo, did you have such and such? Didn't it just come out this afternoon? You right. They did. They just came out about an hour ago.
Bo Knows says that at the end of the game, you also see that he has a closet full of kicks. So
okay,
paying homage
I ain't finished
to that.
the game, so I ain't finished the game. So
now I think he's talking about the original game. With that being said, bro, you know, I am on the hunt for new kicks. Me and my lady was talking about, you know, sneakers. Do you remember East Bay magazine?
Yeah, East Bay. Yeah, you go in there like it was like the teenager Christmas catalog. You circle all the shoes you wanted, and then you try to see if you try to see if you can get that credit.
Yo, you remember? I just had a flat. I did not know that it was actually like a physical. Like it's in East Bay.
Yeah,
like
it's a store.
The Bay Area.
They have a store.
So I thought that was so cool. Learn something new every day, and it's still around. Oh no, he said it's in Tekken 8. He said it's in Tekken 8, the sneaker collection.
I heard it, but I just ain't seen it.
I think maybe I didn't beat it. I thought I beat it.
Well, I think you got to beat it with him, right?
Yeah, but that's like when you do the story mode, you play with him. So
I didn't. That showed you I didn't do the story mode. I just went out there to kick butt, bro, and got. That's it. I'm real bad for story modes, man. I need to get into them. And I'm gonna tell you, I told you what kicked me off of the story modes is the fact that they make it where you gotta play the story modes online. And once you start to have to play the story modes online, it started throwing me off. Excuse me, because that's the stuff I want to play when I'm like at work, you know, or doing some other stuff. You know, when I can just plug my laptop.
We got Wi-Fi, baby. We got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, man, you can't do that, man. They be looking at your watch, trying to figure out what you connected to, bro. They be like, why this stream? This dude right here is
he's killing our resources.
He's killing the band. What's going on? Hey.
Okay. So let's get into our first story.
Okay.
What's
going on? What's going on?
First story of the day.
What's up, Bo?
Let's oh man, I think I closed out the screen. That's okay. We can get it in there.
Hey man, you talk to a lady, man. Don't do that.
So Xbox just said they're gonna join the gravy train and say everybody's raising their rates, whether it's Disney Plus, whether it's Netflix, whether it's HBO Max, all these streaming services. But and then PlayStation did the same thing. Well, they said Xbox is doing the same thing. So now we're getting the effects of what's happening with probably the Activision merge. They need to make more money. They're putting a lot more content on here. They're not selling games. What are they trying to do? They're trying to sell subscriptions, and maybe they're not getting more subscriptions. So if you don't get more subscriptions, how do you supplement that? You raise the rates.
That's crazy. You can't get more subscriptions than everybody's already subscribed to you.
So we got it. We still need more money. We're gonna raise it $3. Everybody got to chip in $3 more. Now the thing is, this shit just happened today. However, it doesn't take effect until I think it's September. So if you're already locked in, you're locked in. And that won't change for the next 13 months. But if you're a new customer, they're changing things around. And this is what doesn't make sense to me, bro. And I'm going to bring up the tweet here. Let me bring up the tweet because this kind of gives us a little bit more insight on what exactly, whatchamacallit, is this. So they're also introducing new tiers. So before you would pay $10 for just the PC version, that's going up to $11.99. You can get day one, like games that just released day one. That's the biggest thing about Game Pass. Day one, you get the newest game on there. But what they're doing now is that they're going to introduce a standard tier. And that's going to be at the old price of $14.99. That $14.99 price doesn't give you day one. If you want the new day one, it's $20. So it jumped up $3. You get day one. But the fucked up shit is, like, that's what you sold us on. You sold us as consumers. So let me see this. So you got two different options though. So you got a strictly PC at $12, which is day one included. But you get day one included. But
you get a PC and console at $20.
Yes, and that has all day one,
which is what pretty much everybody has.
But if you want to stay at the same price, if you don't want to pay the price increase, you have to go to the standard, and the standard takes two things away. It takes away day one, which is what Xbox Game Pass is built on, and then you get rid of cloud gaming. So whether you have like a Steam Deck or certain games that only come on cloud, you won't have access to that anymore.
How do you not have cloud gaming when all of your games are going to the cloud?
I think this is just to deter you from getting to staying in that new tier.
I mean, but we're pretty sure that when you're talking about Game Pass, they were really adamant about moving most of their games over to the cloud. So how do you have a tier that doesn't have cloud gaming when your whole structure is to move the majority of your games to cloud gaming?
I don't know.
That's criminal, bro.
Or what they're gonna probably do is now a lot of those games you could download. But what you're gonna have to do to download, you're gonna have to get that newer system that they pulled out that's gonna be 2 gigabytes, and you're gonna have to shuffle around. So you're gonna buy a new system if you want to take advantage of that.
But understand this. Like I said before, I understand they're getting rid of cloud gaming because they don't want you playing on their servers, playing with their 4080s or their 4070s or whatever they got in the cloud, right? Mm-hmm. But check this out. For you to download the game, you're still tapping into the cloud because it always taps into the cloud source. Always.
But it's not a steady
you're not
on their resources.
You're not playing on their server. I get what you're saying, but it's still tapping into it. I think that's a weird situation because if you understand, like, we always talk about the technical and we try not to get too technical because when we get too technical, we lose people, right? Yeah. But if you understand the resource about how this works, then you're playing on semantics because even though you download the game, you're still partially playing off of a cloud network. The backbone and the hard work of the game is still taking place on your computer. And what I learned is that even when you do it, you got to be careful how you download the games. Because I got like a 8 terabyte external drive. I was downloading a lot of my games to my 8 terabyte external drive, and this shit is sluggish as hell because
certain games you can't even do on your external because it has to be on your internal if you're playing like the modern games.
You gotta
the
play
modern games
NVMe.
got to be on them. Yeah.
It'll let you do it like with Steam. It'll let you.
No, it'll let you, but like for Xbox itself, like it's specifically it'll let you download it, but when you try to play it, it won't play. It has to be local.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So I wonder what I understand that they're trying to get more revenue because everybody's doing it, whether it's Netflix, this and that. But
how much revenue are you trying to get when this is your moneymaker already, and you already cornered the market?
Well, you got to remember they don't sell consoles, and they basically said consoles are irrelevant right now because they just pulled out that you can play your games now on a freaking Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick now, bro. All you got to do is get a controller, and you can play on there. So I think they're saying, hey, if we're going to get everybody to be on these systems playing, whether it's on our equipment or not, they got to use our service. Let's get more money for it.
That's crazy.
Because you could go to a hotel now, get yourself a Fire Stick Max, plug that bitch in, use their Wi-Fi, and you're playing a game.
Hotel Wi-Fi. Hotel Wi-Fi sucks.
Yeah, but you pay $15 and you pay the premium.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that me and my wife went on our last cruise. They had we went on a newer ship, and they got the upgraded Wi-Fi on the ship now.
They got Wi-Fi 6 on that bitch probably.
Yo, that shit is nice. I was like, because she was doing something where she had to be online. You know, I was, we was both kind of working a little bit too while we was on the water. And dude, I was like, I had just so happened I brought the gaming laptop. And I was able to
blazing.
Man, we was able to play like I was on inside of the restaurant playing Call of Duty, like keyboard and mouse playing Call of Duty on my gaming PC in the middle. Like people was walking up to me like, "Is this motherfucker really playing Call of Duty?" Like, because I didn't even have no headphones on. I was just playing.
Bo knows gives us a thing. He says, "Man, you don't need to get Game Pass. Most games on Xbox lower so quick on price, you just have to wait. Most good online games are free to play." Yeah, there goes a thing. I mean, I need Game Pass. Like, I do not buy any more games.
Yeah. Well, and you know what's crazy is that he has a really good stance on it because when they started downloading, like I know I had, like me and you talked about it too. And you guys called me, and like when we started downloading all of the Mattins as soon as they came out, and we started downloading like the 2K and all that. So like it's coming, like you're getting a release on Game Pass right after they drop. You know, like you're not having to wait to the end of the season or to the game is dead old no more to play a lot of this stuff, man. So yeah, it works, but in the same instance, it's like. I'm gonna say this, and you guys are gonna hate me for it, but I buy so many games, like I buy a lot of the games I want on my PC, that I rarely go into my Game Pass, and I pay for it all the time. Like I don't even when they start dropping games that I like, I get irritated.
I like Game Pass because I can try something that I wouldn't necessarily put my money on. Like I'm like, I'm not spending that. But if it's included in Game Pass, damn well, you know I'm gonna download it and try it out. Now, like you and me both had the same situation where you get a game and you're into it, you haven't played it for a while, kind of like Shredder's Revenge. I was playing it, I was hyped, and then like 6 months later, I try to play it, and it's like, oh, do you own this game? Because they took it off of Game Pass, and now I don't got it.
You remember when Moat had the Power Rangers tournament?
That's exactly what happened.
Everybody jumped into it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got this. I'm jumping in because I can play, right? I know how to play that." I had everybody built up on there, everything, right? I go in and log in. I ain't logged in a couple of months. They're like, "Oh, you don't own this game." I'm like, "What you mean? I was just playing it."
Yeah.
So
happens a lot.
So like it would behoove me to say that the better model would say, you introduce somebody on Game Pass, you give them a game they really like, right? A game they really like.
You know what they should do though? Give you a super discount at least.
That's what I was about to say. If it's a game you really like while it's on Game Pass, make that game available for purchase at like a third of the price, right? And if you really like it, or you're scared you're gonna lose it, and you done built up your rep, you done built up everybody, you done powered up all your people, and you buy it. Say the game was $50, now you're getting it for $20. You know, you'll do that. You'll go ahead and buy it. I'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? I got like a couple $100 worth of money sitting in my Steam account right now just to buy games. I'm waiting every day for certain games to drop this in my wish list because I just keep money on my account.
Now, you didn't hear this from me, guys. You didn't hear this from me. But sometimes you gotta be creative and when you're making your purchases. For example,
what's up, Bo?
Your boy,
what's up, beautiful one?
Your boy wanted to get the Fighting Collection, the first one that Capcom came out with. That's on Xbox, and Xbox got it for $39.99. But if you do some shopping, you can find the Turkish version of this game, which plays on Xbox, and you can get it for $16. I like that price better than $39.99. So make sure you use those VPNs. Get yourself a Turkish code, and you'll be very happy with your purchase.
God.
But again, you didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear that from me.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Big shout out to NordVPN.
Yo, sponsor us. Sponsor us, guys.
Nord, come on, man. I've been rocking with you for 10 years, man. I get the max program every 3-4 years. About 4-5 years every time. Hey, man,
Amen. Oh, you want to hear what your boy did?
What's up?
So I no longer had HBO Max.
CD keys. I hear you, Bo.
So your boy switched over to Istanbul. I bought that bitch for a whole year. $5. No, $25 for the whole year. You know how much that bitch costs in the US?
Yeah.
That shit was $10 a month.
Yeah.
That's $120. $25 the whole year. I got all of it.
Yeah, because what it is, it's the price of inflation. They sell it in the market for what their money is worth. You go to a country where they money ain't worth jack, you can get whatever you want.
Thank you, Istanbul.
Hey man, you I don't want to ever hear you talk about me doing no hacker-type stuff again. Bro.
I'm just saying.
Never, ever. Don't you ever get on me again for cracking.
I paid my hard-earned money. So happened I'm not in Istanbul, but you know.
Your VPN said you is.
Okay. With that being said, I got something that you might be excited for.
I'm always excited. What's up?
So my guys over here, this is a company that's trying to do an all-in-one Sega console. And this Sega console will play Sega, the Genesis, Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, all the games on one thing. It'll look ugly like this, but yeah. First of all, I want to know how much this shit might cost. That's one.
Okay, so
they're trying to get sponsored by this is a third party. This is FPGA project. So this is not official, but they've applied to Sega to use their licensing to get them to say, hey, this is an official Sega product. That's kind of cool. If this was to come out, right? What would you pay for this, and would you purchase this?
Okay. So this already kind of exists already, right?
It kind of does, but the thing is that you won't be playing original hardware. Like there's one for Nintendo.
Nintendo has one. There's one for Sega. I just love Stringer's House. the other day, right? I went by Stringer's house for the weekend. He had a 4th of July barbecue. Big shout out to Stringer if you're here. And he was showing me his cartridges and his system that basically allows you to run the original software downloaded off SD onto emulation cartridges, which basically makes it a jukebox Sega game system / whatever, right? So my question is, when people do this, is that if there's already a finite number of cartridges on the market, who are you really selling this to? Because the people who have these mass numbers of cartridges already have the systems.
Well, yeah. Well, remember that other what is it? The Polycade, the Poly Mega.
That's what he had. He has that Poly, but he has the Poly cartridges too. So that you know,
but the reason that
they make the Poly cartridges.
That the reason why that works is because people don't want to have to dust off their system. Say, I'm gonna play the this Sega. I'm gonna play the Dreamcast. I'm gonna play this. They want it all in one. If you can do all in one, it's definitely worth it. And sometimes what happens with those older models, you got a laser that's like 30 years old.
Yeah, you don't
20 years old.
You don't want to work. You don't want to wear it out. I get it. So, but my question is, this is a real question. You ready?
Yeah.
Answer this question for me truthfully. If you buy this, how many people that buy it, knowing that you could actually get the codes or the games from various sources, and you can put hundreds, if not thousands, of games on an SD card, how many people are going to actually use cartridges that aren't hacked cartridges for the system?
It might be minuscule. It might be minuscule, but there is going to be a demand for, in some sense, for just preservation of the original hardware and devices, and especially when you have these Dreamcasts that are dying, right?
So you know what I want to see? I want to see a company like this get the license for Sega, right?
Mm-hmm.
They come out with this system, but they also get the license not to own the game, but to reproduce the game in a near original quality OEM type spec. If you're a Dreamcast, they can sell you the disc. If it's a cartridge, they can sell you a reproduction cartridge, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you can sell me the disc that looks retro, if you can sell me a cartridge that looks retro, that gives me that feel, and then you don't kill me when I buy it, I'll buy it. Because you'll have that experience. But right now you're digging on people that have to go to all these cons and
what's happening right now is that there are some new Dreamcast games that are coming out third party. There are new ones that are coming out. Now it really holds down to if Sega says, hey, we're gonna license our name. So
Damien,
for
what's
you.
going on? Well,
Right?
I mean, but see, think about how many games. Once again, let's get back into Nintendo had it a little bit more locked down. They went out of control. They went out of control a little bit too in the 80s and the 90s. But Sega went stupid. 80 to 85% of all Sega games that were released were not original, or they were just licensed to use the software from Sega. But a lot of these games Sega never touched. They just purchased the licensing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these games are games that you like.
You know, they're coming out with a new Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
So they know that the demand is there. I wonder if they're trying to hold it on to themselves, or will they license it out? Because Nintendo will be like, nah, nigga, that's us.
Yeah. But see, the problem with Sega the Crazy Taxi is I don't think that they're gonna be able to put it in a format that's gonna keep people from hacking it anyway. The minute they make it and they release it, how are you gonna keep people from stealing it? They just never had it. They never had Sega was never able to keep their code under wraps. They just never have been.
Bo Knows says something really big here. He says the thing is that they don't have GDMU. They can't do all new Dreamcast homebrews. And I think they were trying to work around that. I heard that as well. Yeah. I think they're trying to get that that fix. That would be kind of cool. I think there's a demand for this. I know that there's a bunch of Sega fanboys like Retro Ralph and whatnot. And
I mean, I would love it. I
both...
would love it, dude. You know what I'm saying? I told you about the story about me and my homeboys going into KB Toys, stealing all the Sega cartridges. Like Christmas time, man. We was in that bit. Hey, Christmas time is cold, man. We in there with trench coats.
You know what was my first basketball game?
What's that?
Bulls versus Blazers. And Michael Jordan could do that reverse layup from basically anywhere on the court. He was a cheat code in that game.
Yeah. Michael Jordan's always been a cheat code, bro.
Yeah, but there wasn't a lot of games that he was featured on that you could play. And I remember that particular game.
It was that one, and you had that one version.
I think there's Bulls versus Celtics.
Yeah,
Jordan
Bulls versus
Bird.
It's Jordan versus Bird, and then you had that one version of NBA Jams that he was on for like a hot minute, then they removed it.
So it's cool to see that there's still love for the Sega and people are getting rallying behind this. I wonder how much traction it gets. And
let me say this: I would get it because check this out. What you're saying is that, and this is what Bo was just reiterating to, is that this will allow you to not have to worry about the homebrew, but just have the codes when you're talking about Dreamcast games. Even if you as long as it plays locally on the system, no matter how you have it, if you have it on a micro SD card, or you have the disc, you'll be able to play the games without having to do a whole lot of hacking.
I wonder how difficult it would be for them to partner up with Sega and create a Sega Play Store where you could buy some of these games and digitally download them, and it plays on this hardware. And it's official hardware, so you're going to get it. You're getting a new revenue source because you're going to be able to download these games and play it on somewhat original hardware.
They won't do it.
Why not?
Pirating.
But that's why, you get these certificate codes with it, and it can't be pushed out. You would ban those accounts.
But that's the whole thing. You're talking about people playing online. Most of these games are not online playable anyway. They're not.
But that's why you would add that Play Store so you could have achievements and stuff like that, high scores, and you have to certify yourself to get
most
those
people
games
don't
to
care
play.
about that shit. Hey, dude, a small number of the community actually care about high scores. Most people just want to play. You're not going to get them to do it when people can. All it takes is one person to buy it. And they go in there and they rip the code out, right? They just run it through, and they start and they put it on Pirate Bay. Or
look at what happened to Nintendo. They tried that shit. That company, the Meg Switch. You know how many accounts got banned? You won't be able to ever go online again.
But
so
Nintendo,
you got the game.
But Nintendo does online play though. Nintendo's whole library. Think about it, even from the Game Boy Advance and all the way up, a lot of those consoles like the Wii's and all that shit, they always incorporated a little bit of online play. So when you do that, you have that code in there that won't allow you to be able to do it. But most of these Sega games didn't.
Yeah. So, guys, in the chat, if you haven't said so, or when you're watching this on replay, let us know in the comment section down below. Would you be interested in this particular item if it came out and it was officially sponsored by Sega? Or you're like, man, I got ways to do it. I don't need
Celtics.
to.
I hear you, MCU. Hey, man, how you like your game, man? How you like your game, MCU?
That was the game. With that being said, I got another thing to talk about.
What's that?
You know how hype we've been for the Marvel vs. Capcom collection and the significance of that game, because that IP has been in purgatory for a while. It hasn't been out. It didn't have a lot of traction. The last version of it wasn't.
We go check it out, Damien.
Wasn't so great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at this. This game that's 20-something years old is number one in terms of sales on Amazon for PlayStation 4 games.
Yeah.
It is number 5 for Nintendo Switch games. First of all, Xbox, are you hearing this? Maybe you want to get in on this. Maybe you want to make sure you get it for your system because you're hungry for money. You might want to jump on this. But for this being such an old game, for that to be number 1 and number 5 on the charts, that's pretty damn big.
Hey man, MVC is a dope game, man. It's timeless. That's a dope game, bro. You know, MVC 1 and MVC 2 are dope ass games. MVC 3.
Well, you know, that's probably what they said killed the IP. But it's getting so much traction that in a recent comic, Deadpool references coming out with Marvel vs. Capcom 4. So if this trend continues, because remember, this is pre-sales. The game hasn't come out yet. A lot of older people who's going to buy this game may not do pre-orders. They just buy day one. I have a friend, it doesn't matter. Anything could be pre-order. He will not buy a ticket in advance. He will not buy a game in advance. He always goes to the store or online the day of it and buys it right then and there. I don't know why he thinks that the people after him, that they're going to take his money and run. But so people like that. So there's going to probably be a big amount of people who wait for that time for it to drop. If this does really well and does a lot of traction, you got to believe that Marvel vs. Capcom 4 is in the works. You got to believe that there's other collections like SNK versus Capcom or other avenues. Like, how significant do you think this being number 1 and number 5 on the charts, it being an old ass game, it is for the industry?
I think it's very significant. Although I'm gonna say this, it's a classic game, and it's relatively cheap, right?
It's not the full price, but $50. $50 goes that's not nothing to sneeze at.
But we talking about $50 in 2024. $50 is the new $20, right?
That is true.
Okay, so $50 is the new $20. My thing is that what is out right now that beats it? What has come out in the last 3 months that beats it? If you're talking about nostalgic dollars, people who have the money that can buy the games that they choose to play on a platform they want to play on, and you have these collections coming out, right? What beats it? What's out there right now to draw your attention away from it? So my question is it worth it, or is it going to garnish it? My thing is, how long is it going to stay on the list? Because what you're going to really realize is that when it drops, where's it going to go?
I think the more powerful number would be
how many units?
Not how many units. How active is it?
Yeah.
How long will people be on there playing it? Or is it going to be a flash in the pan? They buy it and it sits on the shelf or stuff like that.
I just want to make sure that the cross-platform works, bro.
Well, it's not going to be cross-platform. You can only So you can only PlayStation 5 is only being able to play PlayStation 5. Nintendo Switch is going to play Nintendo Switch, and Steam is going to play Steam. Now, the thing is, what's going to do better? You would think that this is an older audience, so PlayStation 4 is probably going to be the one that a lot of people are going to play with. But
or Steam, because everybody got a PC.
But if you look at the user base, the power play is going on the Switch. The Switch has millions upon millions upon. It's been out for 10 years. Millions upon millions, and you on the go as well.
Yeah, you can take it with you.
And it's not playing. It's not the most difficult game to emulate if you're using modern stuff.
Plug it up to your TV and play the same game. Use your controllers, use your Switch controllers, use your fight stick. Then, you know, they got the what's the fight stick that came out with it? The
Hori?
Not the Hori, the other one they got, man. It's dope. It's
the 8-bit dough?
Yeah, the 8-bit dough fight stick. That thing is nice for the Switch.
I still have that bitch in the box, man. I need to open that bitch.
Yeah, you need to open it because I seen a couple people play with it. I seen some people play with it in tournaments.
So I think that is going to be like what game is going to do well, what system is going to do well, and if it keeps a user base and whatnot. Again, the sales is the most important thing for them. If they see a lot of people buying it, they're like, hey, there's interest for this title. We need to, make moves because it's a copycat league. If something does well, they're gonna keep on going with it. I just hope that it does well enough and keeps it going. What's up, Garage Gamer?
What up, Garage Gamer? What's happening, brother?
Dude, if you haven't done so already, he has different takes on things and runs it a little different. So follow this guy on either Instagram or TikTok. I'm not TikTok, Twitter.
On Twitter, yeah.
And he does his podcast on there, and I like it because it's a different. I don't like watching people that have the same view as me.
Yeah, like all that cookie cutter stuff. Like, man, be different, be original. I like the fact that he's original, man.
He always has a different take on things, and the people that he does his show with, they're very unique. Let's put it that way. So their uniqueness, I like that they're different. So definitely go give my man a follow him out. He actually posted something that we're going to be talking about right now. Is this the future of gaming, bro? Is this the future of gaming? We haven't had much innovation in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's the one thing that I think we're trying to do in terms of innovation in gaming is to immerse ourselves in the gaming. And that's why I think VR was so big. But what's the next thing next to VR is feeling. Well, imagine getting shot and you can feel that. Well, Sony said, why don't we put it up another level? And what if you can feel like the climate that you're in? And so they came out with a patent on temperature controllers. So the controller would get hot or cold. And they don't explain what it might be for, but hey.
It's bad. It's a bad idea.
You think it's a bad idea?
Bad idea.
Why do you think it's such a bad idea?
Let me just say, how hard is it going to be to replicate and control hot and cold temperature regulation in a game in a wireless controller before it shorts out and burns up in your hands?
Well, they've probably been practicing this for a while. I would have to believe, like, okay, so go to this gym. What's this thing called? Crunch Fitness. Mm-hmm. They have these cryo massage chairs that you can have hot and cold zones, and it's crazy how cold it could get and how hot it could get. Those are all electrical parts and whatnot.
Dude, you're talking
that
about
technology is already there.
You're talking about something this big though. Like, it's different. Like, I'm
sure the whole controller is not going to be like that. I'm sure it's just going to be the shoulder buttons or something like that.
Well, I'll pick it up on Generation 2 after it burned down everybody else.
This may not even come out. But at least I like the fact that they're trying to be innovative. I like that they're trying to push the envelope. So much so, like, I don't think Xbox has been very innovative in terms of hardware. Like, their controller for the X for the Series X is the same controller. Nothing has changed. When you hold a PS5 controller, it feels like you're playing with modern equipment.
I don't use half the stuff that's on it.
If you ever played a shooter on the PS5,
mm-hmm.
the triggers are more sensitive. It has more kickback. It just feels like you're playing with something modern. Whereas Xbox, you're like, am I still playing Halo?
I don't know. I mean, I'm listening to you, bro. That right there scares me.
Because you're looking at the things that could go wrong.
I don't want to be that negative guy.
But you are.
I don't want to be that negative guy. I'm just saying. Like, I know when you look at these controllers, right? I'm just thinking about like when we used to actually change the cases. Remember, we used to buy all the cases and change everything, and how much stuff is packed into these controllers now. Like these controllers are they have processors, they have memory, they're basically little computers. They update, they're their own thing. They're almost like having virtual reality, like VR controllers, where they're their own entity. You have to update the controllers along with the systems, along with the games that you play, all this stuff, right? I think that when you start taking something this small and you start introducing elements, right? Because now you're talking about some type of a heating and cooling element. You're not talking about a vibration element, right? And you remember when we had those vibrators, those little vibrators that used to catch on fire. So when you actually introduce heating and cooling elements into these joints, you think it's, bro, I'm sorry, like I said,
You act like a little window's gonna open up on the controller and it's gonna spit water in your face or something.
But my thing is that what element? So once again, this is my technical engineering mind, right? This is my field. What are you putting in this thing to make it warmer and to make it cooler, depending on your game, to actually make you feel it in your hands that it's actually going to be noticeable? What elements are you using? What chemicals? What electrical sources? What are you using? Because something has to be able to react. You're not going to put enough fans or heating elements in this thing to make it work. There's something else that's got to be put in there that's secondary that's going to have to make this work. And that reaction itself is what scares me, because there are things that can do it. Trust me, I know there are things that can do it, but they're so volatile that if anything in between it messes up.
This is a multi-million-dollar company, a billion-dollar industry. You think that they're going to come out with something that's going to like burn down your house and they be held liable for it?
Because people don't play shit the way they supposed to. People don't use it the way they supposed to. If everybody, like us old people, we get a controller, we put it down, we play with it every once in a while, it's still good. Think about these dudes that jam out and beat up their controllers, bro. They throw them around the room, they step on them, they trade it, they tweaking, they doing all this stuff.
That's why they do years of research and development before they come up with a product, though.
I'm just saying, bro. You can, if nothing else, I've always been able to deal with is that you cannot set up the element of humanality. You can't fake it and you can't plan for it. If it can be done, some idiot on this planet is gonna try to do it, bro. Or they gonna make it happen, and somebody's house gonna burn down because of it. Because it's not gonna happen when they plan. It's gonna be sitting on the dock, and it's gonna fry, and it's gonna burn their house down.
Can I tell you something? My dad, love my dad. He's passed.
Yeah.
He would tell me, you can't be scared of everything.
I'm not scared. I'm
just telling you. You can cross the street and get hit by a car. You're never gonna cross the street. You could take a plane. Plane could crash. You're never gonna take a plane. You can't live your life of what if.
I'm telling you straight up. In the industry, in my profession, I'm not talking about your profession or what anybody else do. But my profession literally dictates the movements of stupid people, and the legalities and the abilities for people to do things outside of the box of their normal realm. And I deal with it all the time. What we make, we design, and we have for people to deal with on a regular scope. We can test it. We can test it out for years, and we can do all this stuff, and it's great, and it's cool. But that idiot is not going to do it the way that everybody who normally is supposed to do it is going to do it. And you got to account for it. And it's just going to be something that's going to happen. It's just going to happen. I'm just used to it. I have people ask me all the time, dude. I used to have people break stuff. Like I had people that would break equipment that's literally weighs tons. And it's supposed to be able to take brutal beatings and last for years. And these idiots will snap it in two. Snap it in two. And people are like literally just here looking like this, like, how did this happen? How did you know? Like, hold up now. In the test that we ran, in the testing, the beta and alpha testing, and all this other stuff, they had an elephant step on it,
and it didn't break.
It didn't break. But this idiot,
you say that there's a video that went viral. I'm still alive, brother. There's a video that went viral for television. It's supposed to be unbreakable television, and they're like, man, punch it, just punch it, it won't do nothing. The guy punched it, nothing happened. He said, can I do it again? He said, sure. And he punched it a certain way and it shattered. So yes,
you saw your boy Ray J did that with them shades. Bring it. He said, step on it. Try to break it. I dare you. It won't break. They're indestructible. Omar said, nah. He said, yeah, try.
Like, I saw that. But I was like this. His face was like, why you do that?
You said it break it, right? You say they're indestructible, right?
Listen, they're gonna have to have a good ass warranty on that bitch.
Dude, like I said, give me wave 2 or wave 3. I want to hear all y'all talking about how good it is. And all
I want to know is like how fast can, like, if you're playing, let's say like a role-playing game and you climbing up a Mount Everest and it gets cold. How fast will that be?
Or like a Devil May Cry or something like that, where you're going through hell or something and you're reaching for a gun and the gun is hot or something like that, right?
How fast would that take effect? And how fast would it take to get to neutral? And like how long, like you said, you're talking about it going hot and cold to extremes. How long would this affect the lifespan of that controller? Like, does it a normal controller you would have for 5 years? Maybe one of these can only last for 2 years.
Bro, if you play
a lot of factors will play.
You got like six hard months, bro.
Yeah,
6 to 12 hard months. I mean,
but the thing for me is that does this introduce a new element to gaming? Like let's say you could get a gaming vest and you could feel the shots. Like they already have that. It's a little bit more expensive, but to bring it mainstream, would be kind of cool.
I think I would like to see VR take off. I would love for people to really invest in VR to the point where you could literally either go to VR places and really get more immersed into games, or you can actually, and I know it's going to cost, because I've been looking, I'm going to tell you something else that I'm just waiting for us to, either for me to clean up my basement and get all this stuff out of my basement we've been talking about for 2 years. And whatever is that I've been looking at a 3-axis sim, right? Mm-hmm. So I remember years ago when we was looking at 3-axis sims, 3 and 4-axis sims, that they were $10,000-$20,000. Well, now you can get a pretty reliable 3-axis sim and a PC to run it around $4 or $5 grand. And that's including everything. I mean, you can get the screens, you can go VR, you can go whatever, and you're running 3-axis, like you're turning corners and this thing is sliding and you're drifting, and you can change gears, and you can have like sequential shifters, and you can have all this shit. You got brake, pedal, heel, gas, and you're in the game, right? You're in the game, and now you're under $5 grand. That used to be 20 grand 5-6 years ago.
And if you give it another year, it'll probably be
It'll
even
be
less.
even less. All you have to do is have more people invest into the infrastructure. The more people that invest into it, the cheaper it gets, because the more they have to make it.
Yeah. And then they can mass produce it and make it at a cheaper price.
Yeah.
It's true. So I like that. Yeah, I don't like this particular product, but I like that it's being innovative, and then that it's bringing that whole new element of being immersive in it. And what else can they do? What other limits can they push?
Dude, my thing is that, like, okay, so let's say you get a controller like this that gets hot, right? Hot, cold, or whatever. And then you have something like VR where you're playing in VR, but you can play in VR with either a controller or you can convert it to whatever, and you do the same thing. You take a game like Body Cam and play something like that with it. Oh my God, bro. My thing is that people will start having heart attacks in the middle of the game because it looks so real.
They're gonna give you disclaimers there, like, listen, if you got like with the lights and shit. What's that thing?
Oh, they have seizures and everything.
Yeah, you can't play this game.
Epilepsy. Yeah.
They're gonna have to do that.
Dude, have you played that? Have you played that game?
I've seen footage of it.
Oh my
and just
God,
seeing the footage
bro.
of it made me be like, damn, I want to try it. But like most adults, we don't have enough time and everything like that. He said, what are your thoughts on the Evocade Alpha? I'm excited because I'm excited that they're coming out with new it's a game that we've been wanting for a while. But I'm not really excited about the form factor. I'm not excited how small it is or whatnot. But the fact that they're coming out with something new, is what makes me excited about it.
So what's up, Rocket Roller?
Rocket Roller, when is Marvel vs. Capcom Collection coming out? There's no official hard date. Right now, it is giving a generic date of the last day of December because they said it's coming out in 2024.
Yeah.
So chances are it's going to be probably during the holiday season. Actually, what's cool, you'll be able to play up to 3 games. So the Marvel vs. Capcom 2, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and there's another one. You'll be able to play them if you're in the area in Vegas for Evo. You'll be able to play them over there to try it out. So they should be right around the corner if they have this already coming out.
Yeah, so if you're talking about Evo, you're talking about end of Q3 at the beginning of Q4.
Yeah. So I would say if I was a guessing man, it'd probably be around November, the start of the holiday season.
Yeah, right at the beginning of Q4.
So I would say keep an eye out for that. The cool thing is that they're already up on pre-order at Amazon and I believe Best Buy. So if you haven't done so already, lock yourself in because as we know, digital disappears. At least on these particular games, they said that the full game, not part of the game, the full game will be on the disc. He says it's refreshing to see Alpha and Mega Man, the Power Fighter battle for sure, but I don't blame you. A 19-inch HS5 would get a lot more eyes on it, or I would have loved the ability to do HDMI out because you're limited to the form factor, but if you have HDMI out and it already has the ability to plug extra controllers, that would be a cool aspect of it. You could have it on your desk or your shelf, just for collection purposes to look at it. But when you wanted to play it, plug the HDMI out and you have the ability. The cool thing is that these games are no longer under the gate of John D. Maybe John D's behind this. Maybe John D said, Evercade, I'm no longer with Arcade One Up. You may want to try to go towards Capcom and try to get that. Maybe that happened. Maybe we'll see other companies come forth and stuff like that. We already see New Wave Toys done something with Capcom and Street Fighter. Maybe they come out with something. They're in talks of possibly coming out with a full scale arcade, full scale. So if they came out with it, it's going to be pricey. It's going to be built well though. That they're about quality. So let's see. There might be other people that's going to get involved, and that's going to be exciting for the home arcade. And let's be real, home arcade scene needs to be, taken off of life support because it's been pretty dead for a while.
Well, it just got to take something remarkable to bring
something
it back.
big, right?
Just got to take something remarkable to bring it back. But hey, UAG man, hey, and everybody, man, I love you guys, but I got to get rid of
Let's rock out. We're done. You know what you got to do. Sign them off. Let us know.
Hey man, we know you guys are loving this thing, man. Because we've been on for an hour and a half, which is more than we usually do. But hey, I love the communication for you guys. MCU Rich,
Ready, let's go.
For Bo Knows, for Rock and Roll, for Constorm, for let's see who else is on here, man. Garage Gamer, all you guys, man, ladies and gentlemen. Who's it? I missed somebody. MC Rich. Hey man, thank you guys for coming through. Billy Wright, man, thank you guys, thank you guys. And what I want to say is, man, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us, and we love you for it. We really do. We really thank you guys. We love you guys as being part of our community, as being an active voice in what we have to say. We don't just talk over you. We listen to what you have to say, and we make it part of what we do. I know there are a few other guys in the scene that do it too, and they're some of our homeboys, because this is how we really feel. We really want you guys to be involved in what we're talking about and what we say. So we love you for it. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Salud.
With that being said, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. And as always, peace. Keep gaming.